Hey y'all. Okay, so I made a new friend today. Shout out to Romaine in Miami. Made a new friend today and just instantly clicked with her over the phone. And if we lived closer, I would absolutely be having dinner with her right now or lunch tomorrow. But you know how you don't even have to be in a room with someone to get a great vibe from them. You just know, like talking to them, they're just good people. And the people you just want in your tribe, like those are your people. But I started thinking about it. She used to live in New York City and so did I. And we were both laughing about how much we learned living there about ourselves, and how much we grew as individuals there, because you grow in a hurry in New York, especially if you're dropped in there by yourself or if you took yourself there by yourself. But anyway, I think I told y'all the story about working at Mount Sinai and going to help the nurse lift the patient up in bed. And I think I've already told y'all this story. Anyway, I won't tell you the whole story in detail again, but in essence, I went to help her to be nice, even though she was hateful and nobody liked her and she didn't like anybody. And she looked up at me and said, "I don't want to be your best friend. Lift the patient." And I was like, ouch. And it was so painful. And looking back, now that I've learned this painful lesson, and the guy that I ended up seeing at the time was sitting at the desk and he was like, "Are you gonna cry?" And I was like, he didn't say it like that, y'all. He was from Egypt. He is not Southern. He didn't really say it like that. If he's watching this, I know you didn't say it like that, Waleed. But he said, are you gonna cry? And I was like, maybe. It hurt my feelings. And he was like, "Why are you spending energy on her? Do you want to hang out with her after work?" And I was like, "Oh God, no." And he was right. Like, why was I spending my most precious commodity, my time, my energy, my attention on this person that really didn't matter? I mean, she matters to somebody. She didn't matter to me. And he's like, be professional, be civil, but don't expect her to be your friend. She's shown you who she is. And I think it was Maya Angelou. Y'all, you know how much I love quotes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. Oh, women, this is a big one for you all, for all of us, especially when it comes to dating and stuff like that. I'm just saying, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. I'll make sure y'all heard that. Life is short, and you don't want to spend all your time and energy on people that are, you know how you can go through life with, my dad used to say this, there are some people that go through life, it's like a game of catch, and there's some people that go through life with two catcher's mitts on. Y'all, they aren't throwing the ball out. They just want to take. So relationships and friendships need to be a give and take. Where you support one another. And I've told y'all this before too. Beware of people who don't clap when you win. Those are not your people. Friends don't compete in that type of way. Friends are supportive of one another. So if someone doesn't clap when you win, your radar needs to go up. And they also say, I'm just using they, but I guess I should say who, I don't know. I've been told repeatedly to surround yourself, in these meetings I go to that I love, surround yourself with people that encourage you and inspire you and support you, and who you support and inspire and encourage. But they say that you're the culmination of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So pay attention. And then I tell my kids all the time, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Ava and I had to have this talk a couple of years ago. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Y'all, she was only 10. She was having issues. And I was like, look, here's the deal. Show me your friends and let me know who you're going to be hanging out with 15 years from now. Those are your friends. And she does. She's a thinker. She goes in the other room and really thinks about things. It's crazy. But also, if you're a group of people that you hang out with, if you are the smartest one in the room, this is what I was going to tell y'all. If you're the smartest one in the room, that's not your room. If you're the smartest one in the room, how are you going to grow? So you need to surround yourself with people that you're growing from and they're growing from, and that you all support one another in that way. You don't want to be a dominant force in that group. What else was I going to say? As we get older, I was thinking about this too, because when I moved, I had a friend who I loved and adored, and still do, but ouch. We'd always talked about, if we could live in the same place again, like when we were younger. And we always, I was moving around the country and she moved. And when I was in New York, she'd come visit all the time because, I had a place to stay in New York. And then once I moved and we lived in the same city, I saw her, and we worked in the same hospital, y'all. I never saw her. I invited her to dinner. I invited her to go to movies or do whatever. But, back then I didn't have a boat and I didn't have a lake house and I didn't have an apartment in New York anymore. And it's like I wasn't valuable anymore. I wasn't worth hanging out with. And so I literally was there 3 years, came to my apartment twice. So it was beyond painful, y'all. But if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And as painful as that was, it was a lesson for me. Hard one. So what was I going to say? Basically, surround yourself with people that inspire you and that make you happy and that are positive, and because I want that for each and every one of you. And if you're having a hard time, sit back and take some inventory. Who are you hanging out with? How are you spending your time? You need to be spending it with those you love. All right, y'all have a good night.